I don't think I even told you the whole story, but we had our new child, and then my wife had such a massive, massive hemorrhage during the birth that I'm not going to say she almost didn't make it, but it came really, really close. And the medication she needed, the hospital didn't have. So we were just hoping she was going to make it for a couple of days. She did, thank God, but it created such a massive physical
So Adam,
problem.
why didn't you tell me that? I'm a friend of yours. Who did you go to? It doesn't have to be me. I just curious. Who
I will
did you
be
go to?
fully honest with you. During that time, I was so buckled down into dealing with that, it didn't even occur to me to go to tell my friends that. And by the time we were
How's that
through
good
it,
attachment?
I know. That's that dysregulation component, right? That was me focusing so hard on my wife and everything at that moment. That that's all I did. I buckled in. I focused in, and then by the time it was past, it seemed like it wasn't anything
Jesus,
that I had
Adam.
to tell anybody. I know.
If you told me that, I swear to you, I would have found that medication anywhere and flown it there myself, right? And I know people who can get this done. There was a time where I had a family member during COVID, and we were actually stuck in Serbia, and he got COVID in a very difficult circumstance. He had already health challenges. He got COVID. He was hunkered down, and we need ivermectin. I arranged for ivermectin to be bought in Moscow for a lot of money, thousands of dollars. And I had a private pilot on standby to fly in the country, right? Stuff like this can be fixed. You just choose not to trust us.
I know.
And that's why you went down from a 4 to a 2, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Please don't do dumb shit like that again.
I won't.
Thank you.
That's why I'm telling you now. This is what I mean, is even when we have secure attachment, we need to maintain those pieces of relationships, those components, that clear communication. We need to do that. We need other people who are watching us, who are communicating with us about it. I am not going to be perfect. There's times I'm going to fall short. It's the same thing I'm telling you right now as an avoidant man. I at least have her to keep me accountable. I have you to keep me accountable. I have other people to keep me accountable. People come and grab me by the nose and say, hey, something doesn't look right with you. What's going on? And
I'll be doing that now.
Cool. By all means.
Randomly at your door. Where's your wife? Where are you? Show them doing good.
By all means. By all means. But I have many people throughout my life to grab me by the nose and say, something doesn't look right. What are you thinking?
Yeah. That's why we got into the whole coaching practice expansion 6 months ago.
I know.
I said, Adam, you're going to die, bro.
I know.
And you're like, no, I'm good. I'm like, no, we're starting now.
I know.
Now.
And that was me trusting you to come to me and do that. This is the piece that's missing. For avoidant men who don't open up to anybody, you have nobody to come to you and say something doesn't look right. What is it? You have nobody to do that for you. It is you alone.
And that's the one thing that's amazing about my girlfriend. It just locks me up every flipping time. She just reads me, like scans, like an instant. Like I have to be so careful with this. And she goes up to me and she just looks at me and goes, Andre, what's wrong? I'm like, because like part of me always goes, nothing, I'm good. But I know it's a lie and I'm working on this behavior I'm trying to change.
Yeah.
And the best I've gotten to at this point is like, I'm honestly super tired and super stressed. I'm not sure, but let me think about it. And I actually do think about it during the day. And in my status report, I'm so glad we have this tradition of a status report now, which is the idea that you gave me too, is like we actually sit down and I try to talk about it. I try to explain it. Right.
And to be clear, I'm the same way. When I'm dysregulated, my wife comes and says, hey, what's going on? And my first temptation is to say, I'm okay. I'm just going to get through it. I just have to get through it.
It's everybody's first temptation. It's man, you don't want to let go.
Everybody's. It's that when you have more secure attachment, the other person knows you and says, no. I'm not taking that answer. And my wife does. I'm not taking that answer. Really talk to me about it. And I say, and I built that trust with her. So I say, okay.
It's so funny. So my girlfriend and I had an excellent conversation. It kind of shocked her, I think. We were traveling, and I could see that there's crazy time change, just crazy schedule, crazy everything. And I can just kind of look at her, and I'm like, okay, something's off. I think you're either tired or upset, and you're hungry. Like, here's a challenge with a woman. Fucking tell us what's wrong. Like, just fucking tell us. It's unbelievable. I don't fucking understand what the is the problem with coming saying, hey, I'm hungry? We'll cancel the next thing. We're going to get you food, and then you'll be happy. Hey, I'm too hot.
You and I just spent 15 minutes talking about how you and I don't do that, though. It's not just the women out there
But
doing
it's
it.
such a simple fix. This is a biological
Is it a simple
need.
fix, Andre?
Yes.
Is this a simple fix?
Well, my shit's emotional.
So
But
it's a
this is
simple fix for them, but
biological.
it's complicated for me. You don't understand.
Right.
Hey, I will own it. It's a simple fix. I need to start coming to you more often for things. I need to start telling people things. Hey, you know what?
I guess.
If I'm going to start telling you more things, are you going to start telling her more things? Should we make a blood pact here?
So the conversation we've had was really funny because she's clearly hungry, and she's like, hey, you're hungry. And she's like, no, I'm not. Let's keep going. I go, no, you're hungry. We're going to go eat now. She goes, Andre, you should trust me. And I go, no, I shouldn't. She goes, what do you mean? You should trust me. And I go, because I love you, I'm actually not supposed to trust you in everything you say. I'm actually supposed to go, no, what if she actually needs something she can't tell me because I care for you? And that kind of like clicked her up a little bit. And she's like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Like, thank you for watching me, but like at the same time, kind of like, I guess like a boundaries thing. I was like, hey, but are you hungry? And then it was really funny because like after we were trying to get tickets to something, we went in, we got the tickets, and the thing started like an hour or two later than we expected. And I go, why don't we go for lunch? She goes, yes. I'm just like, why didn't you just tell me earlier? And sometimes it does take this weird little dynamic where you're supposed to figure that out.
If you like this clip, I know you're going to enjoy the full episode. You can watch it right here.